Hello, children. Shubha teacher here. Tata Steel has taken the responsibility of spreading awareness about COVID 19 in the city. Taking its initiative forward, today I am going to help you with some guidelines about the disease so that you can prevent the infection and protect yourself and your family members from this disease. So let's know what is coronavirus. Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses which may cause illness in animals or humans. In humans, several coronaviruses are known to cause respiratory infections, ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases such as Middle East respiratory syndrome and severe acute respiratory syndrome, that is SARS. The most recently discovered coronavirus causes coronavirus disease, that is COVID 19, which is in light right now. So let's know what is the full form of COVID 19. CO of COVID stands for corona, VI for virus, and D for disease. So COVID is coronavirus disease. And 19 is mentioned there because this originated in 2019. So initially it was referred to as 2019 novel coronavirus. How does the infection spread? COVID 19 is spread through human to human transmission through small droplets from nose or mouth. If you remember, you have studied in your previous classes about droplet infection. So it's talking about the same droplets. When we sneeze, cough, then small droplets come out from our nose and mouth. And these droplets are heavy. So they don't travel far, they quickly sink to the ground. So if any person is nearby, gets affected. Now let's know the symptoms of COVID, and there are three more virus infections or diseases caused, like common cold, flu, allergies, which has been mentioned in this table. Common symptoms of COVID 19 are fever, dry cough, and shortness of breath. There are some more symptoms which have been seen, but then the common which is there in all are these three: fever, dry cough, and shortness of breath. Same fever is even seen in flu, sometimes even in common cold. So thus these symptoms are common, but then specific symptoms of COVID 19 are fever, dry cough, and shortness of breath. One thing to be noted here is sneezing is not a symptom of COVID 19. Now let's know what kind of people are at risk of this disease. WHO says that people of all ages are at risk, but more vulnerable are people with pre-existing medical conditions, like if a person is suffering from asthma, diabetes, heart diseases, their immune system is as it is weak. In such condition, such people are more prone to get affected by this infection. Now let's know what kind of tests are available right now for COVID 19. There are two kinds of steps or tests which are taken. One is swab test and another is rapid test. Now swab test is when swab is what just a twig at the tip of which some cotton is folded, and that is inserted into the nasopharyngeal portion, that is the portion our respiratory passage has got a portion which is common to nose and mouth. I'm talking about this portion here. So when we insert this swab to take some specimen from the nasopharyngeal portion and oropharyngeal portion through mouth. Both come under swab test. Next is rapid test. In rapid test, some preliminary screening test is done. Here is a figure of a rapid test kit which is used for testing some normal blood tests and temperature tests. These are done in rapid test. Now let's see how can we protect ourselves from the effect of this virus. When we know about it, we know that prevention is better than cure. So instead of going into cure and treatment of the disease, why don't we know to protect ourselves from it? So there are 3 steps which have to be followed to protect ourselves from the effect of coronavirus. We need to follow hand hygiene, social distancing, and respiratory hygiene. These are the 3 steps which can keep ourselves protected from the effect of this virus. So let's know how can we keep our hand hygiene, respiratory hygiene, and how can we maintain social distancing. So here this figure is showing you the steps of washing your hand. Step 1 shows we need to rub our palm properly between the fingers, rub properly, then fold the fist, and over the nails we need to rub properly. Thumb, each and every finger has to be rubbed. In this way, every part of our hand will be free of germ. Soap actually kills the germs. It reduces its surface tension, due to which it is killed. This figure is showing the respiratory hygiene. This is something very normal which you have been spoken to about even in your primary classes. When you sneeze or cough, you need to keep a handkerchief or napkin on your mouth and nose. Immediately you need to, if it is a napkin, you need to discard it and then wash your hand. We need to practice social distancing too. We need to avoid groups, meetings, attending meetings, or even if some essential or necessary meeting is to be attended, we need to keep ourselves at a distance of minimum 1 meter. So following these 3 steps, we can protect ourselves from the effect of the germ. Now let's know what are the rules to be followed when we come inside our house from outside. First says, when you come to your home, do not touch anything. Next, if the dog has been taken out for a walk, then the paws of the pet has to be washed, disinfected properly. If we have a bag, if we had been carrying a bag or a purse, wallet, keys, all these things should be kept at the entry of your home. Mobile phones and glasses should be washed with hot soapy water. We need to remove and dispose our gloves if you have worn it. Remove the shoes. Remove your clothes and place them in a bag to be washed. Have a shower. If you can't, wash all the exposed areas. Clean all the stuff that you have brought with bleach before storing them. And the last thing to be remembered is that it is impossible to do complete disinfection. But then our main goal is to minimize the risk. So if you follow these rules before entering the house and even after entering the house, you will prevent yourself from the infection. Now let's know that what steps or how should we protect ourselves when you have an infected person living with you in your home. First, there are some do's and don'ts given here. We need to monitor the patient for worsening symptoms. If a person's state is getting worsened, we need to keep observing and then take proper medication. We need to open the windows and use an air conditioner for good airflow. Clean high-touch surfaces and wash laundry frequently. The next is, we need to take care of the patient's pet, run errands as allowed. If you are taking care of the pet or the patient, you need to be more careful. Wash your hands often and avoid face touching. After doing every work of the patient, you need to wash your hand properly. And before washing your hand, you should avoid touching your face, nose, ears, eyes. Right? Now let's know some don'ts. It is said that we should not go to any visitor's house until unless it is very essential. We should not use the same bathroom or sleep in the same room where the patient is kept. Then we should not touch the patient without wearing a face mask and gloves. We should not reuse the face mask and gloves which has been once used without washing it. And we should not share dishes, utensils, cups, towels, or beddings which has been kept or made available for the patient. Now there are some safety alerts which has been given in the guidelines by Tata Steel. The first one is, do not go near any fire source after applying alcohol-based hand sanitizer or spray, because alcohol-based sanitizers are highly inflammable. The next safety alert is, do not leave hand sanitizer in the vehicle. It may lead to fire accident. Next, keep the hand sanitizer out of reach of toddlers, young children, because it may be dangerous if swallowed. Now let's know about mask. Mask is a valid ask. It's a valid demand. So it says, do not share your reusable mask. If it is a reusable, every time when you use it, you need to wash it with soap and water and never reuse it. Avoid pulling off your mask frequently when outside. Maintain personal hygiene. We have already discussed about it. So there is a proper way of using your mask also. Next, again, there are some do's and don'ts to be followed while wearing your mask. Masks should be worn in such a way that your nose, mouth, and chin all gets covered properly. You should not wear your mask below your nose. Nose also shouldn't remain open. Your chin should not remain open. And the mask should not be worn in such a way that the sides near your cheeks have a gap, because the germs may enter through this way also. And do not push your mask under your chin to rest on your neck. At times when we feel hot, we have noticed people doing this, but it should be avoided. And wear your mask. Do not wear your mask so it covers just the tip of your nose. No, the complete nose should be covered. So thus, if we follow these steps, or if we keep these things in mind while wearing the mask, we protect ourselves. Life is precious. It's our responsibility to protect it. So children, follow the guidelines and take care of yourself. Stay safe. Thank you so much.